Hey guys, it is Miss Concrete Jungle, and as always, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out my channel. And Merry Christmas to everyone, and I hope that you all are enjoying the holiday season and all that it has to offer. So with that being said, now that I've given you season's greetings, I wanted to come to you guys today about something that I think is very important during this time of year, and it is sometimes overlooked, and that is beating the holiday blues. Yes, beating the holiday blues. Now, when we think about Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, if at no other time during the year we really associate this time with togetherness, spending time with the family and friends that you love and care about the most. It's all about giving and receiving gifts, fun, family, get-togethers, volunteering, giving of your time or giving of gifts to others that are less fortunate. You know, all that good stuff is what we associate with this time of year, as well as whatever your religious beliefs may be, celebrating that, which for me is celebrating the birth of Jesus. So those are the things that we associate with this time of year. However, sometimes it may be easy to forget that this is actually a time of year that is very difficult for some people for whatever reason. And when you take time to actually think about it from a different perspective, what this time of year is about, you may understand why this time of year is difficult for some people, and you may understand why during this time of year suicide rates actually increase. So what I would like to share with you all today are 5 tips on beating the holiday blues. Now, this video is directly inspired by a gentleman who goes by the name of Fave, and what he does is a weekly podcast called the Friday Favecast, and it's a podcast where he plays music. He's really into progressive hip-hop and independent R&B, soul music. That's music that I'm really into, but he also does a weekly health update, or he'll discuss other topics, but everything that he talks about is always very encouraging and uplifting, informative. It's funny. He's just really, really good. So I really enjoy his podcast. And over Thanksgiving, that's what his weekly update was about. He shared 4 tips on beating the holiday blues, and I came up with another one that I plan to incorporate this year for Christmas. So here goes. Hey, so I did not get to finish this video the other day, but without further ado, here goes. Tip number 1 is C. Sleep, eat, and exercise. And this is, of course, not just something that you can do during the holidays to keep from having the holiday blues. It's just something that we always need to be doing to keep ourselves healthy, but particularly during the holidays, if you're having a difficult time keeping your spirits high, just make sure that you're getting enough sleep, that you eat good, and that you exercise. And by eating good, I don't mean eating super healthy. It is what it is, like Faye said. It's the holidays. We want to enjoy what it is that we're eating. Like, this is one of the best parts about the holidays, is all the great food that we get to eat. So enjoy it, but definitely make sure that you're getting enough sleep and enough rest, and that you exercise. It will make you feel so much better, and it'll definitely just keep you from falling into the holiday blues. So tip number 1 is C. Sleep good, eat good, and exercise. Tip number 2 is to avoid toxic relationships. And I'm not talking about that no good dude or female or whatever, or even that toxic friendship. I'm talking about that toxic relationship within your family. Like if you have a sibling or an aunt, uncle, cousin, or maybe even a parent. It's unfortunate. But if you have that toxic relationship within your family, try your best to avoid it. Now, I know it's gonna be difficult, because if you're able to avoid them during the whole rest of the year, Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, you're gonna run into them. But the best thing that you can do is to distance yourself as much as possible. And it may just be that if you just have to sit at the dinner table with them, just eat your food and don't pay them no mind. You know what I mean? During dinner time, we're not talking and having as much conversation as we would throughout the rest of the day. So just try to limit your interactions to them during dinner time when we're focused on our food. And then Faith also suggested to watch liquor. Do not get drunk. Definitely watch how much you're drinking, because as we know, when you get drunk or even just a little tipsy, that's when the truth comes out. And the last thing that you need is to ruin the entire family gathering because you drank too much and you got into an argument or you got into a fight or whatever. So definitely limit your alcohol intake. So tip number 2 is to avoid toxic relationships. Tip number 3 is to get out of yourself. And by that, Faith was talking about whether it's volunteering or donating to the less fortunate. Just get out of yourself. Do something to give back, to keep your mind off of what it is that you're going through. Not only will it help you to just keep your mind off of whatever it is that's getting you down, it just makes you feel so much better. It makes you feel so good to help someone else who is less fortunate. And this again is one of those tips that we need to think about throughout the entire year, not just during the holidays. But I can assure you that if you go ahead and get outside of yourself and do something for someone else, you will truly understand why it's better to give than it is to receive. So tip number 3 is to get out of yourself and give back. Give back. Tip number 4 is laughter. Very, very simple. Laughter. Like, how many times have you laughed about something, and it could be something very, very small, and just when it was all over, it was just like, what is even bothering me? Like, why am I even sad or upset or depressed or whatever? So Faith's number 4 tip was laughter. And I know for me that I am really into stand-up comedy, and it helps me to not only keep my mind off of what I'm going through, but it often helps me to put things into better perspective. And I say that because comedians, a lot of times, they get their material from situations going on in their lives or people around them or politics or just the world around us. And a lot of times it's very serious situations that we're discussing in the world, and they're able to turn it into something that is freaking hilarious. So when you're able to laugh at a very serious situation, sometimes it can help you put your own situation into proper perspective and just help you to realize that maybe this isn't that big of a deal, or maybe there's other ways that I can deal with this constructively so that it's not getting me down. So Faith's number 4 tip was laughter. And tip number 5 is from yours truly, Miss Concrete Jungle, and that is to start a new tradition. We all have our family traditions that year after year, it's not the same if we don't do that same tradition. Well, what happens when, in the case of my family, all of my cousins and I, we're getting older. The youngest generation is getting a lot older. And so we're getting married, we're moving away, and we're starting our own traditions. And you know, it's not so much about having the big family get-togethers anymore. And this year was the first year that we really started to move away from that. And it was difficult for me because not only is my husband not here to celebrate, but I really looked forward to all those big family get-togethers. So I said, you know what, Mom and Dad, we need to go to like an indoor water park for Christmas. Yes, my parents and I, we are grown children, but it will be so much fun. So number 5 tip from Miss Concrete Jungle is to start a new tradition. So thank you so very much for checking out this video. I hope that this has helped someone, or if someone you know out there has been kind of down during this time of year for whatever reason. I know for me, my husband is deployed, so it's not the happiest time of year, but I gotta do all that I can to make the best of it, because at the end of the day, I do have so much to be thankful for, and I'm very, very blessed. So I hope you all that you enjoyed this and that you want to share it with someone else. And definitely, if you're interested, please check out the Friday Faithcast. You will really, really like it. He's awesome. See you guys in the next video.